Good evening, nerds. We're going to do something a little different today. We're going to do some digital color by number, specifically of Bill Gates draping himself seductively over some 1980s era hardware, running Microsoft software, of course. This is the color by number from issue 2 of the Lunduke Journal, which has paper crafts, nerdy paper crafts in the back, because that's what I do. All right, we're gonna get started here. We're doing this today in GIMP, and I'm using a little stylus pen to try and do it. And you might ask yourself, has Lunduke practiced this? And the answer to that is a most definite no. Most definitely, Lunduke has not practiced this at all, which means we really don't know what is about to happen. Now, if you don't know, GIMP has some shortcut keys. O brings up the color picker, and Shift B brings up the paint bucket tool, which is kind of handy overall. So I'm going to be using that a fair bit. Oops. Control Z is also a really good one. Nice. All right, let's I'm just filling in some of the big patterns here first, because why not? Let's do number 2. Number 2 looks fun. All right, number 2, go back to Shift B for the paint bucket tool. Boom, paint bucket all over there. Look at all that blue. It's a good amount of blue. A little bit of blue up here in the sky. I swear I saw some other blue. There's some other blue somewhere. Oh, there it is, right there. Boop, boop. Ha! I clicked on it. It's really tiny here on the screen I'm using. I'm actually using a Microsoft Surface Go laptop because why not? That's what I'm saying. It is running Linux, however, so that's got that going for it. All right, we're going to shift over gears here and do some number 1 action. And, paint by number is normally meant to be done with pencils and all that sort of thing. The thing is, now we have a lot of such, artwork or art material around the house, but none of it's mine. and my daughter didn't want me using all of it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pick some of this lighter color blue here. Boom, 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 boom. Oops, undo. Boom, boom, and boom. Look at that. It's kind of like a little funky version of a Microsoft logo going on there. Love it. Love it. Getting all that filled in really nicely. All right, let's move over to his face. His face and his sweater here. Let's go for a little number 3 action. Let's do that. Boom. There we go. Yeah, get that sweater. Coloring that Bill Gates sweater. Is there any other number 3 in his face? No, but there's number 6. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some number 6. Which I could have gotten earlier, but I didn't. Boom. There's some 6 right there. Boom. I got you 6. Oh, there's some tiny 6 in here. Got it. Got a little more 6. You might ask why I'm doing this. And the answer to that would be, oops, why not? Why the heck not? A lot of things we do nowadays, it's a little bit fast-paced, Sometimes it's nice to just sit back and do something both slow and pointless. Because really, this is the sort of thing, you're supposed to print it out and, oops, see, I did another wrong one. Control Z and do it with some pencils. So I'm doing it like this. I'm not left with, anything other than a digital version with little number squiggles all over it. But, that feels okay. Oop, there we go. Some number 5s. There's a lot of number 4 on his face. A couple of number 7s. There's some number 5s. Fill you in. That one's a number 4. Let's see, that's a lot of number 4s. Another number 5. Number 5. Well, right now, he just kind of looks like a creepy horror movie guy. I'm making Bill Gates look like a creepy horror movie guy, which some people might say he looks like that anyway. And I'd say that's a mean thing to say. But, well, people would say it anyway. All right, we got a bunch of the number 5 in place. All right, let's grab some number 4 here. Number 4 is the tan color here. Boom, boom, boom. All right, it's starting to come together. Yeah. After I'm done, I might go through and kind of digitally erase out the little number marks, that the paint bucket tool doesn't quite fill in completely, just to make it look. Come on, there we go, just right. You know what I mean? Because why not? Why not, I say. Let's see what else we got here. Let's go for number 7. We've got a whole lot of number 7, and I'm missing a lot of that. There we go. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Look at all that 7. We got a veritable 7 palooza here. Boom, 7. Yeah, like that. All right, 7. Oops, I did a whole bunch of stuff there. Boom, there we go. 7. Nice, nice. All right. I can't see what that number is. I have this too small on my screen to see all of them. You'd think, well, Lunduke, didn't you put this together? And I did, but I haven't done it on a small screen. I don't really remember where every little number is. But I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna give it a go. Boom. Yeah, gotcha. Oh, that's way too bright. No, I don't think so. We're gonna try that again. No, again. Might have to come back to you if I nailed you. Ha. You can't run forever, sneaky number. All right, let's go back to 7. Found another number 7. It's kind of one of the things I like about color by numbers is you just kind of do it a little bit at a time. Let's go over to number 3. I got some big number 3s here. And as you're doing it, you inevitably miss something, And as you go through, you put down the pencil and you grab a different one. Is this the right one? Is this a number 3 or a number 2? I can't quite tell. I can't quite tell at this resolution. This little Surface Go, man, this screen is just epically tiny. All right, let's switch over to 7 again. Just so small. You know what I mean? It's almost too small. It's not a bad little computer, not by any stretch of the imagination, especially once you get, Linux up and running on it. Highly recommend that. It just makes it a better experience, which is kind of a funny thing. Oops, that's the wrong color for that. It's kind of a funny thing that Linux would make it a better experience, but it does seem to be the case. Boom, yeah. All right. There's a little... Is that a 5 in there or a 6 in there? Again, it's super small. I think that's number 6. All right, so we're going to grab another 6. Boom. Then right in. Ka-jump. Haha. Gotcha. I gotcha. All right, there's another little number 6 right there. Oop, not that spot. Not that spot. Right below it. The disk drive of that computer. I think this is all a number 6. And then there's another number 6 over here. Yeah. Oh, and there's a 7 right there. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you, little 7 right there. Boom. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Now let's fill in that number 7. Oh, and that number 7. Oh, there's little 7s everywhere. 7, 7, 7. 7, 7, 7. All right, let's change over to number 6. Boom. Got a little 6 right here. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then an 8. Yeah, I like how that looks. That's nice. That's nice. All right, back to number 5. Let's finish out this little monitor down here. I really like this monitor. It really just gives me a giggles. I can't explain it. I like it. I like it a lot. There's something about not that, right below there. There we go. There's something about old CRT monitors like that. The ones with the big, thick bezels, they're just large. They're just large, and I just think they're fantastic. I can't explain what the appeal is to me. I honestly can't. But I like them, It's one of those I know what I like sort of deals. All right, looking around here. What am I missing? What am I missing? Number 4 there. I'm definitely missing that number 4. That number 4 goes right there. Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. All right, then a number 3 here to go over this little knob. Boop. Then it looks like a number 1 right there over the top of the knob. Yeah. All right. That's a coming together, it is. All right, I got a couple of number 7s left on Bill. I can see that. Now, if I really wanted to be smart here, what I could do is I could zoom in. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be smart. I'm not going to zoom in. Look at that. Look at Bill coming together. He looks ridiculous. All right, let's do some number 6s. All right, more 6. No, don't make the sky brown. Don't do that. Don't do that, Lunduke. What are you doing? What in suffering succotash are you up to, Lunduke? Doesn't seem like much good. Doesn't seem like much good at all, Lunduke. This is also known as Lunduke talks about himself in the third person, the show. It's pretty fancy. Lot of fanciness going on. All right, let's get some of these sky dots filled in here. What are these called? I don't know. Called sky dots. Boy, man, I tell you what. Bob Ross, this show ain't. All right, I think that's number 1 up there. Next time I do this, I'm gonna do it at a much higher resolution, because that would make this just like a million times easier. Just like so much easier. This whole on the screen here. So I know it looks like a little bit of a postage stamp on yours. It's not that much bigger on mine, because I'm literally doing this on the Surface Go, which has like a 1.7 millimeter screen. It's not that small. It's pretty small. And it's, oh my gosh, I'm trying to do this with this pen that I've never really used before. And it is not the easiest thing in the world. But I'm kind of enjoying this process just the same. I think that's a 5 right there. Could be totally wrong, but I'm going to go with it. You know, that's the thing. Color by numbers doesn't have to be right. It just has to be colors. I don't know if that's an actual thing. I'm not 100% certain that what I just said makes any sense whatsoever. So, no, don't do that. There we go. That's much better. Let's see, can I get in there? Oh, almost a little spot. Come on. There we go. Got it. I gotcha. All right, and this is a number 5 over there. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the number 5 there. It's kind of cool having this little palette down at the bottom like this. I kind of cropped it and put the palette down there. And in the magazine, the palette's on a separate page, and the idea is that you then print both out, and then you can use your colored pencils to kind of fill them in as you go. But here, having it right below hand is really kind of handy. Can I get that? No, again, crazy colors, swaths, boom, boom. Yeah, all right. So I believe, I'm really curious. So I worked at Microsoft for a lot of years. And so I'm really familiar with Bill's old offices and where his offices were located on the main Microsoft campus. I'm wondering if this was before the period of time when he would have had that office, or if I know where this office is at. I honestly really genuinely don't know. Oh my gosh, there's a number 1 in there that is like tiny as can be. I'm going to see if I can do it. I'm going to get some of these slightly bigger ones first. Like that. Don't do that. That's better. All right, there's another one that's not too small, but there's this little one right here, right above. And then in the picture here, this is actually I kind of got it. That's actually a little old Macintosh. I think it's either a Mac Classic or a Mac Plus. I'm not, like a 512K Mac maybe, something like that. Because Microsoft used to be big in the Mac software scene. It used to be real big in the Mac software scene. Way back in ye olden times. I mean, I guess it still kind of is big in the Mac software scene, but you just don't think of it like that much anymore. You know what I mean? Like it's not quite. It's not something you think about. All right. What am I on here? I'm looking at number twos. But back then, yeah, it was a much bigger deal. I got a couple of number nines to do here. Much bigger deal. The Mac side of things. It was kind of a fun time back then. Whoops. I actually worked on Mac software. Whoops. At Microsoft for, oh golly, long time. Long time. Many years. It was a fun time. I both loved and hated every moment of it. Get in there. Don't color the 6. There you go. Okay, there you go. Got it. Let's get that number 8. Did I already do this one? It's a light color. Whoops. No, I didn't do this one. There we go. But it was a weird time. Let me get this as a number 1. Do you remember back when Microsoft was having all those legal troubles, all those antitrust, everything was going on? And Microsoft did this investment in Apple. And it was kind of a big way of saying, hey, I don't know, there was politics behind it. And I was working at the Mac business unit within Microsoft at the time. And boy, was it weird in there. We were like the redheaded stepchildren of Microsoft. Like we were just not. Apologies to redheaded stepchildren out there that took offense to that statement. You know what I mean. We were just not respected within the company, at least not within pretty wide parts of it. And though I have talked with some of my friends that were also there at the time, and they disagree with my assessment of that, which I think is fascinating. That we came away from years of working within Microsoft and have these just vastly different viewpoints on how things happened and transpired and went down there. A lot of people agree with me, but a lot of people don't. And that, you know what? That's okay. There we go. A little tan. Well, we've almost got this one together. This ain't too bad. There's a couple of, screwing things up with. The experience of doing this in GIMP is distinctly different than the experience of doing it in with an actual pencil. Tell you what. No, don't do it wrong. There's some of these that are just so tiny, man. On this particular little screen, I almost just can't get in there. It's not going to stop me from trying, though. I tell you what. I'm going to try. And I shall prevail. You're literally watching a man use the paint bucket tool on GIMP to fill in a color by numbers of Bill Gates, trying to look sexy. Or nerdy, or whatever the heck kind of look he's going for. I'm not even really sure. I can't quite get in there. Oh, well. Oh, you know what? I have the wrong color selected. That might be why. There we go. It's a little better. It's much better, actually. All right, now I've got this little badge over here on this big PC case. That's an important one. Whoops. See, I went over here, and I forgot to change the paint bucket tool. Boom. Oh, that's what I'm doing. Not hitting the hotkeys that I need to hit. Yeah, there we are. Oh yeah, this is kind of coming together. And there's a little bit of number 2 over. Dude, stop hitting the wrong buttons, Lunduke. Come on, what are you thinking about here? Yeah, oh, no. I swear I got that one. Yeah, I did it. All right, let's get this little number 5 that's sitting up here. Yeah, sometimes it's good to just sit back and do something stupid for a little bit. All right, there's that. And then what? What is that? I can't even see that number. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to just make a number up here. All right, let's go with brown. This is gonna be brown. Well, that kind of works. Hey, look at you, Bill. You're looking like a real boy. I tell you, my favorite part of this though is when I started doing it color by number style. You know, you kind of abstract things out. It's kind of color by number meant to be with colored pencils, but in the end, you know, it's kind of got to have more of a, I don't know if like the watercolor look to it, but a little bit. And it's just kind of the style I've going for. And the picture there, that little monitor in front says Microsoft in the old Microsoft logo. And once you know that, you can kind of see it with the colors, and you kind of can see the Microsoft kind of coming through in that abstract watercolory way. Anyway, this was kind of fun. I hope things are going great for you. Whatever you are in the world, whatever you're doing, whoever you're hanging out with, whatever you're working on, I hope it's fun, and I hope you're having a good time. And if you're not, let's do some color by numbers together. I've also got some other crafts over in the Lunduke Journal. I've got some cross stitch. Seriously, cross stitch. Every issue of the Lunduke Journal comes with one color by number. It's totally real. One cross stitch pattern. So if you want to sit down with your needle and thread and make some old timey, just like grandma used to do, except super nerdy cross stitch patterns, you can. The one in this issue, because this issue came from issue number 2, this color by number, and the cross stitch in this issue is the MS-DOS logo, all pixelated from Windows 3.1. It's so goofy. And I also have paper dolls. It's totally a real thing. My wife is an artist, and well, she does a lot of stuff. She's a software developer, and she likes to paint and dabble and have a fun time. And so she really likes paper dolls. She loved them when she was a kid, you know, and that was, you know, in ye olden times. And so she decided one day to do a paper doll version of Tux the penguin, of the Linux mascot. And she did one page and one shirt, and I took a look at it, and I'm like, oh honey, you got to do some more. So we've got we thought originally about publishing it as like a book people could get, but then we're like, you know, we'll just slide it into the magazine. So at the end of the Lunduke Journal, every issue has Tux the penguin in it. So you can cut him out. It's got a little stand on there, so you can have Tux hop around on your desk or whatever, or play with your kids, you know. And then an outfit or a backdrop or an accessory or something. Like the first issue I think we had was a red hat, you know, like a red fedora, because naturally, and some outfits. And then the second issue is a disco outfit. So you can put this disco, this John Travolta Saturday Night Fever style disco like tracksuit thing on Tux the penguin. And then he's also got a backdrop of a cubicle. And I thought this was really cool. My wife was saying, hey, you know, what kind of backdrop should you have? And backdrop is just like a whole page that you can just stand up behind Tux to put him in different scenes, right? So I'm like, he needs a cubicle, right? Because Tux, he's going to be in a cubicle. And she's like, all right. And so she went off, and she comes back with this cubicle, and the screen has these little like notch marks on the side. There's those little dashes that are supposed to connotate that you're supposed to cut. And they're inside the monitor. It's a CRT monitor of Tux, of the terminal. Of the computer monitor, where Tux is sitting in his cubicle, and I'm like, huh. And then she showed me, check this out. And then there's little inserts. So she's got one that's already like filled in that she thought was cool, and I agree. And another one she left blank, so that way people can write whatever they want or draw whatever they want on the little insert, and stick it into their monitors. That way they can change what's on the screen in the backdrop behind Tux. It's just the little things. It's the little things in life, people. Anyway, I hope everything's going awesome for you guys. I really, really do. I know the world's kind of not always a ton of fun. And I know that a lot of you out there have massive disagreements about one topic or another. One probably very important topic or another with friends and coworkers and family and me and everyone else. And I hope that you and me and everyone else can move beyond whatever those things are and do a little color by number every now and then. And I think we can all agree that color by number, seductive Bill Gates, is a very, very weird thing that exists now in the universe. So there we have that. All right, everybody, go forth, have some fun. If you don't want to do the paper crafts and whatnot that I've got laid out for you, all good. Do something else goofy. Do something goofy. Do something utterly ridiculous that makes this world a little bit more of an awesome place. And I'll see you guys next time.